And welcome back to Sonic Sunday School. This week we're going to talk about picking technique. We aren't going to really worry about another scale or position or even a specific lick. This is just a technique that you incorporate or play your licks with. So we've got legato and staccato, or otherwise known as alternate picking, where you pick every note, or the legato, where you only pick a few of the notes, sometimes only one note per string, sometimes, every fourth or fifth note, depending on what you're doing. If you're playing something like, you're only picking a couple of times because you're using hammer-ons and pull-offs. So that's one example of a legato technique. Sometimes you'll pick the first note on each string, or if you're playing like a descending pattern, like you're not picking every note. You could, but if you want to use a legato technique, you don't. Sometimes that's smoother sounding. Some people are really good at the alternate picking. I'm not as smooth for alternate picking as I am legato. But I can still get the job done. But staccato picking or alternate picking is every note. That would be the legato way to do it. Some people would just do pick some, three notes. And just do a legato, where that would be the staccato version of it. I have a little example here that shows it a little slower. And here that is. You've got the alternate picking technique where you do pick every note. And you've got a legato technique where you use hammer-ons or pull-offs depending on if you're ascending or descending scale. So or if you don't want to, this is kind of used as a trick, but some people will deaden the strings and just use hammer-ons and pull-offs. Okay, and here is a quick example of just the two, one right after the other, and how I kind of blend them together. As I say in the example, it wasn't intentional the way that I play, it's just how it's evolved over the years. And here's that. Okay, so you can pick every note. Or you can just pick one note per string. And use hammer-ons and pull-offs. used a blending of both, and it wasn't on purpose. It's just how my playing has evolved over the years. So I use kind of a blending of the two. Alright, so that's legato and alternate picking. There are ways to blend them together to make your licks unique. Or if you have one strength over the other, maybe you'll use that more in recording or live. You do want to work on the other, though. My alternate picking used to be awful, and I've had to work on it. I've used a metronome to practice, and as I've shown you in some of the warm-up videos that I've done. That boring stuff, but it certainly does help. It will get your hand in shape for doing that kind of thing, so you don't always have to use hammer-ons and pull-offs. You can get both sounds, and you want to be able to get both techniques under your fingers. So if you have any questions, comment below, and if you like what you're seeing, like, subscribe, and as always, I will see you next week. Alright, thanks.